was back in the wild again. And I felt right at home where I belong. I had that feeling coming over me again, just like it happened so many times before.
Hi, I'm Peter Lykopoulos. I'd like to welcome you to this week's episode of the Nevada Outdoorsman. Tell you what, we've got a real special treat, probably more of a special treat for me than perhaps you, but I enjoyed putting this show together so much. Back in November of 1985, a company called Midwest Outdoors had filmed their first hunting show. Now remember, this was 1985, this was 21 years ago. Well, the very first episode was a pheasant hunt that was taped on the Great Tay Chase. Well, the Great Tay Chase was a hunting club that my father owned in Dixon, Illinois. So we've got some footage. Midwest Outdoors had finally sent it out. And this is, for sentimental reasons, you know, my dad being on the show, it being their very first show that they ever had filmed, and the fact that I did do a little bit of writing for Midwest Outdoors. I knew Gene Lallinen, and we got to work together when I started getting involved in outdoor writing and what have you. A lot of the way we format this show here on Nevada Outdoorsman was picked up from a lot of the different things that they do on Midwest Outdoors, as well as the Babe Winkleman show. But it's a great footage. Remember that this footage is 21 years old. It's a pheasant hunt. For those of you who hunted in the Midwest, you're going to really enjoy this. It's Midwestern hunting at its finest. We've got all the cover. It was done at the farm that my father had was a duplicate of what they used to have back in the 50s, 60s, and before, where farmers didn't take their crops down, where you had the ability to go in and hunt and have cover. You're going to see all of that. You're going to see some good dogs. It's just a great show. And for me, it was a real sentimental thing. I really got to tell you, I really enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy the show. We'll be back right after this break. Well, I'll tell you what, that fishing trip with Daryl and Howard, great fishing trip out on Lake Mead. But coming up next is something that really, boy, I'll tell you what, it meant a lot to me to be able to present this show. I hope you enjoy this piece. I want you to remember it was filmed in 1985, November of 1985. This is the very first show that Midwest Outdoors put on. But we're going to go to this tape right now. It's a tape of my dad's hunting ranch that he had in Dixon, Illinois. I hope you enjoy this pheasant hunt.
Hi, we're with Pete Lykopoulos at the Great Tay Chase Hunt Club, and we're going to do a little hunting today. Pete, this is quite a hunt club you got here.
Well, we think it is, Gene.
What have you done?
Well, we've planted all types of different cover for the various hunting that we're going to do in the various seasons of the year. As you can see, we have planted strips of sorghum, both dwarf and cane, and you'll see we have natural foxtails and switchgrass growing up in between them. We've cut rows in there so that men can see their dogs working and hunting, and we are able to take care of early season hunting as well as after the heavy winter snows. This cover will stand and continue to give good hunting.
It looks like a beautiful place to hunt. I can hardly wait to get going.
Well, we've tried to take and simulate what the farm used to be like years ago. You know, they farm fence row to fence row, and you don't find cover like this anymore because everybody harvests. Well, we don't harvest. We let this stand year-round for our hunters.
Well, that's one of the advantages of a hunt club, and a lot of our people would like to join hunt clubs. So what are some of the advantages?
Well, I think you have to look at it's difficult to find a place to hunt anymore. The farmers just don't wish to give permission, and even if they do, there's no cover. When you belong to a hunt club, you just make your phone call, set your appointment, come on in, bring your friends. Whether you have a dog or not, it's immaterial. The hunt club always has a dog and a guide to take you hunting. If you have an hour or two to spend, that's fine. You come out, shoot a few pheasants, and you're still home with the family or watching Sunday afternoon football.
Right. Jeff is the trainer and handler of the dogs here at Great Tay. If we had all kinds of dogs here, what are they bred for?
Well, we've got the beagles that we use for rabbit hunting and can be used for pheasant hunting, but they're actually rabbit dogs. We've got an English setter that we use for upland game, woodcock, grouse, pheasant and quail, and chucker. Our short hairs used for upland game, again birds, and Brittany's, which are, again, very good, excellent upland game.
I understand you got a very unusual dog in this one right here.
This is one of very, very few English cockers in the United States right now. There's probably only 100 in the nation, and we're going to use her for upland game hunting, using her for flushing pheasants.
Jeff, we're going to do some hunting behind bird dog today. What are some of the things we look for?
Hunting preserve dogs have to be better trained. They have to be more obedient. They have to be close or medium ranging dogs. They have to be stylists. One of the joys of hunting, of course, is seeing a good dog work, seeing them point birds, retrieve, honor another dog's point, and so on. We strive to find the best at Great Tate Chase. Briar's a German short-hair pointer out of some excellent stock in Wisconsin.
Good, good. Well, we're excited to go look for it. Go watch Brian hunt behind us today, or in front of us, rather. Pete, you've done a lot of hunting behind dogs. I noticed our dog has a bell today. Tell us about that.
Well, club dogs should be much like grouse dogs, but I mean, by that I mean we have heavy cover here that gives us availability to hunt throughout the year, early season and after the heavy snow. And you don't want the dog to range too far, and when he's out there with that bell, you know where he's at, and as long as that bell is tingling, he's working. Generally, when he stops, when that bell stops, you know you've probably got a point, and there's your bird.
Great, great. And then, does he get excited just before the bird flushes?
Well, he's working all the time, and he's constantly back and forth across the field, and when he finds him, he just freezes. Absolutely freezes like a man of stone.
Let's not keep Brian waiting. Let's do some hunting.
Okay.
Pete, what kind of cover are we going to be hunting today?
Well, we're going to be hunting hay strips, dwarf sorghum strips, and cane sorghum strips in this field.
Okay, what can we expect to find in here?
I'm sure you'll find pheasants or maybe quail.
Great, this sounds great. Let's do it.
Okay, let's get Briar out and we'll go.
Here.
Oh! Wild flush.
Shoot over.
Whoa!
Wild flush. Now that happens, that pheasant was about ready to go. Briar came in, one on point, and he flushed. And of course our policy is we don't want to shoot a flushed bird over a pointing dog or he'll get in a bad habit of flushing birds.
How many days a week will a dog go out in the field?
Briar will hunt 5 or 6 days a week without any problem at all.
He's in good shape.
He's in excellent shape. He's steel hard. He's got muscles like ropes.
This is a valuable outdoor experience for some people who have never had the chance to really hunt, too.
I think it is. They won't see this kind of cover any longer, and it's great to break your young son in, bring him out, or your young daughter, and it's just a wonderful place. There's plenty of opportunity to shoot birds and see good dogs at work.
Here! Come on! Here! 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 Bring him here! Whoa! Whoa! Boy.
Well, for me, I know it's going to be an episode that I'm going to watch over and over again. It's one of those great things. It's about hunting and in its finest tradition. It's something that goes down from generation to generation, and to have the ability to have my father on film on a pheasant hunt it's a great thrill for me. I was so excited when I seen this on their anniversary show and contacted Midwest Outdoors and they were able to get this for me. I want to thank Midwest Outdoors for this experience. I hope you enjoyed it, but it was, for those of you who hunted in the Midwest, it should bring back a lot of memories. Well, that's it for this week's show. We'll talk again next week.
I was back in the wild.